Pizza time.
Let's get it started.
Hey,
This is episode
watch
71
yourself.
of A Pizza My Life. We are back for another episode, and we are sponsored by Depends Adult Diapers. Sean is wearing an adult diaper.
Not until they pay me. Give me some money and I will.
So the sponsorship. We're open for sponsorships. But yeah, I'm Pizza Eric, back with Sean Sauce.
Oh, I was going to say something. Now I forgot. You got me with the depends.
You said you wanted to shout out someone.
Okay, but I was going to say that for the end. But yeah, I mentioned it last episode that Heather and I were in Minnesota for a wedding.
Yes.
That wedding was for very loyal listeners. Sarah Knopsey, formerly Knopsey, now Simon, and her husband Luke Simon. So shout out to them. The 2 listens that we get in Minnesota.
We appreciate
definitely coming from them. So shout out.
We don't want
That's not what I was going to say. I
can't
remember what I was going to say.
We appreciate all the listeners we have in Minnesota.
I think it's 2.
Could be more than 2.
I feel like you can check the stats on this, and there's only 2.
We don't disclose the numbers.
Yeah,
We are
2.
a secretive company like Netflix. Does not disclose the numbers unless they are outrageously good.
Don't they have to disclose numbers? I guess they don't because they don't have advertisers.
Nope. They just have they just say, "Hey, this is going good." And that's all they have to say.
Do you trust Netflix when like you log on and it says here's the top 10 and like 8 of them are Netflix originals?
No, I don't trust that at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. The top 10 of the day, I always think it is weird how they very much line up with the trending now and the newly added sections.
That makes more sense to me.
Just understandable, but
I just don't like that it's always like here's 19 Netflix things. It's the top 10. You're like, well, I don't know. Like top 10 for a while should have always included The Office. When The Office was on Netflix, you're telling me that the top 10 didn't include The Office? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but
when Seinfeld is on Netflix, Seinfeld should be in the top 10 probably all the time.
Are you a big Seinfeld guy?
I mean, to me, it's just a like The Office show that you can put on and just have, and like it's background TV that if anytime you actually look at it and start watching, you're like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I recognize this.
Yeah,
and this is a good part right here. I'll stop for a second.
Exactly. So, but because of that, like, how many people were watching The Office on Netflix? Everyone.
Yeah, the Office on Netflix was great to have, but I have never been big on Seinfeld.
That's a mistake. Have you tried watching it?
Not really. I've always seen like little clips here and there because it would always be like the show that comes on after like the Friends reruns. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like Friends at 6:00 and then Seinfeld at 6:30, and it would just be like, that would be like the time. I'm like, all right, let's find something else on. What else am I doing with my day?
Do you like Larry David? Like, do you like Curb?
I've never really watched Curb.
All right,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
So Larry David is what makes that show to me. He's not in it necessarily, but you can definitely tell when Larry David left. They did like another 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's just not as funny.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think that's controversial. I think everyone would agree with it. Like, it's still funny, it's still watchable, but like when Larry David was on, it is Curb Your Enthusiasm but with other people involved.
Do you have strong opinions about the ending of Seinfeld?
No.
Some people are very upset about that they ended up going to jail or whatever it was.
I honestly either didn't watch that far or I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it on Netflix.
Well, it's coming to Netflix, and you can check it out. And
I don't recall that at all.
But yeah, that's one of the shows. The Sopranos is the other show that I just keep thinking of. Like, man, I gotta get started on watching The Sopranos.
I watched 1 season over quarantine because like you had to try almost every show over quarantine, and it was like good, but I don't know. It was like a show. It just like it took too long. It was an hour show, and like.
And like, not much is happening. And you're like, all right.
Yeah. And I also feel like there's a certain spot where like comedies can sometimes like, sustain over time. But like this one being more of a drama and being kind of slower, it being from like it was like what, early 2000s?
Like 2001.
Yeah. So it being older like that, I don't know. Something about it just being, even though it's not that much older, I just was like, I don't know. Started losing it.
Yeah, that's the show. I think that's the show that has been just like near the top of my, like, I need to start watching that list for a long time.
I feel like I mentioned this on here, but everyone seems to love The Wire. I tried watching it. I fell asleep 5 times trying to watch it. I think I maybe got through an episode and a half, and then I just can't go back to it. It is so slow.
I got through season 1 of The Wire and had to give it up.
It's just so slow.
I had to give it up. I was just like, this is there's parts of it that I like, but boy, is this just not that exciting.
I could piss off so many people with all the shows that I start watching, and then as soon as I stop season 3 or 4 and just have no desire to ever go back to. Mad Men.
I love Mad Men.
Again, it was good, but as soon as I stopped watching it, I had no desire to go back. I was like, all right, whatever, I'm done.
How far did you get in Mad Men?
Like season 4 or 5, I don't know.
It's very controversial that you did not finish Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was another one. Yep,
that's your most controversial take.
I think Mad Men. There's people who will be very upset by Mad Men.
Mad Men's a good show, but I understand if you didn't get through it. But how someone could not like Breaking Bad is.
But again, it's not that I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that as soon as I watched it, I binged through first 3 seasons, got through them in probably 2 weeks, and then I had a week or something where I just couldn't watch it.
Yeah. And
then I just never had desire to go back to it.
Yeah, that's understandable. I feel like that's happened to me on a few shows. I very rarely stop watching a show in the middle of a season. I always try to make it at least to the end of the season.
I get what you're saying. No, and I think I did make it to the end of the season in these.
But there's a couple shows where I am just I had to stop in the middle.
You just didn't like it?
Yeah, Orange is the New Black. I made it halfway through season 1 and was just
I liked Orange is the New Black. I think I made it. That is a series I made it all the way through, but it definitely fell downhill after I can't remember what season they're on, what season they did.
Yeah.
But once they stopped doing the recap of here's how people got to jail. Yeah. It was pointless. It was just dumb. But I did watch all the way through.
Fair enough. And then House of Cards. I had to stop in the middle of season 3. I was like, this is just so stupid now.
Yeah, I know that Kevin Spacey, bad guy, did some bad things, but as soon as he was on his way out of that show,
they wrote him out.
I had no interest in it at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that was a good show, but there was also just so many things that you're like, why is this in the show? What does this have to do with anything? Yeah. I think Kevin Spacey just wanted to make out with that dude, the writer, because it had not the writer, the security guard, because it had nothing to do with the rest of the show.
Yeah, maybe.
There was just no. It was like a abducted in plain sight. Why are you talking about jerking this dude off? It has nothing to do with it. I'm gonna find a way to bring abducted in plain sight up in every episode.
That is your favorite documentary of all time.
It's something, dude. It is something.
Think about it every single day.
I don't know. I don't know how you don't. It's just crazy stuff.
What I was thinking about a lot the past week though was, and you just have a basketball for just no reason.
Well, people will see it. We did the shoot ahead of time, and we had basketball and a baseball bat.
And you just held on to it.
Before you go into that, though, do you not find that if there is a ball is one thing, but I think it's anything. Yeah. Where if you have it and it's just sitting over here, you just want to pick it up and just start moving it around.
Yeah, you're an action sports guy,
But I'm saying I think if there's a baseball, right? Yeah. Baseball's just sitting here. I'll sit there and I'll definitely sit there and just kind of throw it and just kind of up to yourself. Football, you'll sit there, you'll spin it. You do a little spiral, just as you sit there. Do you not do that?
No, I 100% understand. Yeah,
I think that's a guy thing.
I think it's 100% a guy thing. Absolutely.
I don't know.
To just be chilling out with a football, you're just hanging out with your buddies and you just have a football while you're in the living room and you just.
We're watching sports. I gotta have a sport.
Yeah, I have to have a ball.
You gotta have a sport ball.
I don't think girls ever do that.
I wouldn't do it with a hockey puck though. I think it has to almost be It
has to be something you can throw and catch.
I mean, you could technically throw and catch a hockey puck.
Yeah, but it's too hard. There's too much danger in that because if you have a bad throw and then all of a sudden you broke a lamp, you're like, what are we doing throwing this hockey puck around? I got a football in the kitchen. Let's go grab that.
Someone's head.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A football, you can still break a lamp, but you're supposed to be a cool guy that can throw a football well. That's important.
And then you get the real cocky guy who's like, oh, yeah, throw it to me, but throw it a little bit off so I can one hand catch this.
Yeah, let me do a diving catch.
Yeah, Odell Beckham.
You ever do that where you're like, let me do a perfect diving catch, and then it's just the throw never lines up perfectly. You're just always awkwardly.
Or even when the throw would be perfect, you
just didn't time it right.
You don't have the timing right.
Yeah,
it's very hard to do, and you're tough. Not a professional athlete.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Being a professional athlete, it's like, all right, I understand. That's a tough job.
Do you like that Odell Beckham was able to like have just a couple of those crazy catches and then that made his career? Because like, I don't think he's that good of a receiver.
I think he was a really good receiver, and then he got injured, and I don't think he's been the same since.
I agree.
Not to get too deep into like football talk, into a football my life here, but I don't think Odell Beckham's been the same since he tore that ACL. But
I agree,
did he
but
make
I
some
think
spectacular catches his first year or two in the league.
He was good, but I think he was a lot of hype on just being like, I can catch the ball with one hand.
Yeah,
and
he's a
crazy.
pro at it. He's made that trendy.
Yeah. You don't want someone, though, constantly just doing one-handed catches. Like, no, secure it. That actually is more of an indictment on Eli Manning. Like, you can't throw him a ball that he can catch, like, in a normal spot. Come on, buddy.
That one catch he made on Sunday Night Football, I remember watching.
The one-handed just over.
That's by far the best catch I've ever seen. I remember watching that live. I was in the living room with Tyler, and we were watching Sunday Night Football.
Shout out Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler, Mr. Married Man now. But we were in my living room watching Sunday Night Football back when we lived together, and we saw. I was watching this play, and Eli Manning throws it up, and I legit thought, I was like, all right, well, that's not even a catchable ball, and the guy's falling down, and then he somehow caught it. Best catch I've ever seen. Can't be topped. So that's a little preview of our podcast on Football My Life.
Yeah.
Where we talk football.
Just football.
If you want to hear more, let us know and we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do a Football My Life. I don't care. My life can be
That's
podcasts.
what it'd be called? It's just Football My Life?
A Football My Life. Why not?
Like so it'd just be, we'd have multiple podcasts and they just all would be topic My Life?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either that or a Pizza My Football. That kind
actually
of flows a
sounds
little bit better.
That definitely sounds better.
All right. Yeah, it'd be called Pizza My Football.
Okay. That sounds much better than Football My Life.
Yeah. Okay. That's what
Football My Life sounds like you don't like speak English as a first language.
A Football My Life.
Football My Life.
Yeah, it's an Italian show. Yeah. A Football My Life.
And they're doing a different football.
Yeah, it's a different football.
Yeah.
So that's a different podcast. That's where we talk about soccer.
Okay, yeah, we can save football. Futbol.
Yeah, that's the soccer podcast.
Yeah, Football My Life.
Pizza My Football. That's about American football.
Yes. So
but
don't get confused.
A Football My Life. Okay.
It's very dumb that football is called football.
Yeah, they need to figure that out. I mean, it's just two sportsmen. They're both called football.
Yeah, like
one makes sense as football, and the other one is like, I can't think of a better name for it.
This is the sport where we only use the ball. We only use our feet to kick the ball, for 1 point or 3 points at the end of like a scoring play where we only could use our hands.
Yeah.
Very dumb.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
There you go. Let's go down the rabbit holes.
We don't need to go down that rabbit hole. That's been well done, I think, before. I was thinking a lot this past week. Last week on the episode, we briefly touched on this topic, which is, would you rather be a world-famous chef or a world-famous magician?
We agreed last week.
I don't remember what we did. Somebody has to go back and listen to episode 70. I don't remember what was said.
Yeah, we definitely agreed.
But I was thinking about this more, and I think the correct answer is that you want to be a world-famous magician.
Yeah, this is just going to piss me off again, because we had this debate. Because
we've realized we realized yesterday that this was actually a heated debate because we disagree. You want to be a chef and I want to be a magician.
Disagree. The thing is, you don't disagree with me. You agree with me, but then you have one thing that you're holding on to of being like, that's the reason I'd rather be a magician.
No, so here's the thing, right? If I was picking a career path today, I would pick chef because I feel like that's a more viable career path.
Okay.
Just in general.
End of question.
The end. But in the situation where I wake up tomorrow and I'm either a world famous chef or a world famous magician, then I'm going world famous magician because on the day to day, I think life is easier and the people around you are not stressed out at trying to impress you with their food and cooking.
One thing.
Yeah.
The people around me being stressed out is not my issue. Being a chef is
But don't
way
you
better.
care about your friends?
Yes, and that's why I don't
want to stress out my friends.
No, so I care about my friends, so that's why I would like to make them food as me being a world famous chef. And you keep saying like, no, then what if you cook them PB&J? I'm a world famous chef. I'm not going to cook them PB&J. If I'm not making food, I'm a world famous chef. So I'm also rich and I have connections to other world famous chefs. I'm getting like delicious food in.
But you don't even have to worry about that at all if you're a magician.
No, you just have to worry about someone being like, hey, show me a trick. And you're like, all right, I'm out of tricks.
Or I just say, hey, I only do tricks on the stage.
Okay, so when someone says...
Come to the show, I'll get you tickets
When someone says, hey, make me some food, I'll be like, sorry, I only do that at my restaurant.
You're a world famous
You're a
chef.
World famous magician. Do a trick. Come on, pony, do a trick.
You're a world famous chef, and you can't cook me up something in your own kitchen.
You're a world famous magician. You can't do a trick for me right now.
I only do tricks on the stage.
I only do cooking at my restaurant.
That doesn't no.
How? It's the same. It's the exact same thing.
I think you're a lot more disappointed by a chef who can't cook in his own kitchen than a magician who just doesn't have a trick prepared for you, an elaborate trick out of nowhere.
But that's because that's because a magician is already like people don't care about them. So if I'm hanging out with a magician and you're world famous, then I want to see a trick. A chef, you're right. It's more so like, hey, you're more notable. But now you're taking out the aspect of a magician will never be on the level of a chef in society. So
what does that mean? On what scale? On what society scale?
People are gonna get way more they are gonna get way more fanny around a chef than a magician. People see
because you go out to eat and you're just trying to have a nice dinner with your wife or whatever, and now all of a sudden the restaurant's stressed out because you arrived. Meanwhile, I'm a magician and I just walked in and they're like, "Oh, we're happy to see you."
Yeah, because no one cares about you.
And I take a picture.
No one cares about you.
No, I take a ton of pictures because I'm a world famous magician and everyone loves me.
Everyone's like
because of my magic.
Everyone looks over and they're like, "Oh, do you know that guy? I don't know. He looks weird. He's wearing like 15 rings in a top hat."
Nothing wrong with wearing rings.
I said 15 rings.
That's 3 each finger. Nothing wrong with that.
That would be very wrong. You do one on each part of the knuckle.
Actually, no. It's only 3 rings between your 2 hands for each finger. So you have to divide it up. 5 of your fingers will have double rings.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
You got 3 of the barracuda.
Math, dude. Welcome to a pizza. My math.
You got doubles of the barracuda. No, triples of the barracuda.
I got triples of the barracuda. Triples is best. But yeah, so you can just, 5 fingers with 2 rings on them. That's fine, I think. I can do that if I'm a world famous magician.
Yeah, again, you're... At the end of this, you agreed with me that you'd rather be a chef.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said
if I was picking a career path today to try to achieve one of these, I would choose chef. Because
so in both of these situations, are we just retired? We don't have. We're like, let's say we're 70, 60. Yes. We don't do. I'm not a professional chef anymore.
We are already world famous because of what we have previously accomplished. We do not need to do anything more to continue that accomplishment.
Then I'd still rather be a chef. Because at the end of the day, if I'm sitting at home and I'm like, man, I'm hungry, I can make myself a delicious meal. If I want to impress someone, I can make them a delicious meal. I don't have to because I'm retired, and at this point, no one's expecting anything from me.
Yeah.
But if you're a magician and you're chilling at home and you're like, man, like I'm really bored, are you gonna sit there and just do tricks for yourself? You're like, oh, pick a card, guy, and then just pull out your own card they already know?
Maybe.
No, that's pointless. If someone comes over and you're like, oh, I want to impress this person. Let's say you're single. We're both single chef and magician over here at the age of 60, and we're trying to go out on a date and impress a girl.
Yeah.
Are you going to impress a girl more with being a good chef or by being a magician?
In terms of what's more like cool.
Don't try to answer this. Cool. Don't try to like find a way to answer this where magician makes sense. Chef, I'm not. All day,
I'll admit, yeah, like a chef is like the cooler profession.
So
but my point is like living a day-to-day life as that is easier as a magician.
So you're saying living a day-to-day life where you can perform a skill that everyone enjoys.
But you're expected to perform that skill.
But why are you only expected as a chef and not a magician? Why are magicians can have no expectations at all to do anything, but they're somehow world famous? How do you think you get world famous?
Yeah,
you perform.
Yeah, but as a magician, you can just do that, like,
But as a chef, you can do
in
that
a show
as a
on
chef,
the weekends.
You can do that.
As a chef, though, you still have to eat Monday through Friday.
Yes,
you're still
I can eat myself. You're right. I can make myself a delicious meal.
If you are dating a girl and she comes over,
I'm so pissed that you got me fired up on this again.
Good, because this is the podcast, and you need to be. If you invite a girl over for dinner,
yeah,
as a famous chef, and you were just like, hey, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna order some pizzas, the girl would be like, yeah, I went on a date with a world famous chef and he just ordered pizzas.
But the pizza was bomb because has good taste.
But if a magician went on that same date and was like, I'm just gonna order some pizzas, nothing wrong with that.
Flip scenario.
Nothing wrong with that. She can go like, I didn't see him do any tricks, but he gave me tickets to his show.
So flip scenario.
So
you're a magician and you invite this girl over, and she's like, oh hey, like,
yeah.
So you're a magician. Oh yeah. Oh, like what's some tricks that you do, and then you just don't do anything. Then be like, oh yeah, I went on this date with this magician. Also, like that right there, like you're probably not going on a date with magician.
Mr. Magic, ready to amaze.
Yeah, exactly. And how did that work?
Didn't work out well for Mr. Magic, but I'm sure he's doing okay.
Doubt it. He's probably a chef now, and now he's doing okay.
No, he's Mr.
The thing,
Chef
so
Boyardee,
your only thing is that
amaze.
being a magician, you think is easier from outside expectations.
I think you just don't have that pressure of like you need to cook food for people, and you don't have that pressure of like what is your opinion on this food that we're eating. But again, you know what I mean? Like if a famous chef is coming over to your party, aren't you a little bit more worried about the food you are serving at that party?
Maybe
you're a little
to
more
an extent.
concerned. You're like, are we really just doing pigs in a blanket?
But as the chef,
like, is Gordon Ramsay going to be okay with us just serving pigs in a blanket at this party?
As
Sean,
Gordon,
are we doing that?
As Gordon Ramsay coming over, I'm then being like, hey, everywhere I go, someone is giving me their best food. As a magician, if I'm going somewhere, someone's not giving me their best food. They're not giving me their best drinks. They're not giving me their best anything. They're actually probably going to be like, come over there. If they maybe try to show you a magic trick, and then you're going to be like, oh, okay, that was cool.
Yeah, and I'll be like, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was great.
No, I'm saying
part of
the
my
other person.
show.
Yeah, okay. As a chef, I'm getting everyone's best effort. I'm eating the best food constantly.
I don't know if you're doing that.
How not?
I think
you just said that people feel pressure to make the food better.
Yeah, they feel the pressure to make something fancier, which is maybe out of their skill level, and then you're eating garbage and you got to smile through it.
Cut this clip and send it to Gordon Ramsay and Bobby Flay and Guy Fieri and be like, hey, how often do your friends and random restaurants have all this pressure and feel like they have to over fancy food for you? Or do you just go and they're like, hey, this is my food. Hope you like it.
The other point I wanted to make on this is that we are both fans of Dave Portnoy, who does his pizza reviews. There's a lot of pressure because he carries a lot of influence in the pizza review community, or whatever you want to call it. And how often do you see him do a review and he goes, I had to wait an extra 20, 30 minutes
These are different things,
because the place was nervous about his review and what he thought of their pizza.
Different things here. I'm not a professional reviewer in this situation. I'm a professional chef.
True, but that place would still like be nervous of your opinion of their food.
If
a world famous chef is like, "Yo, this restaurant sucks,"
yeah,
that's bad for business.
But
that's
so why in your scenario? Why in your scenario do I have to post a review of my thoughts on the restaurant?
I'm not saying you have to post a review.
But I'm just saying in that
scenario that restaurant's nervous because what if you do say something about this?
But if I'm a normal chef and I've never posted a review, of another spot. So I come in, they're not going to be like, oh, this is the one time he's going to decide I have to tell everyone how bad this spot was or how good this spot was. No, they're going to be like, yeah, he's coming. I hope he likes the food. He's a professional chef. If he doesn't like it, hopefully they give some pointers on what we could be doing better.
A good review goes a long way.
But if I'm not doing reviews, if I'm just out there not doing reviews, how often do you see Bobby Flay review a restaurant?
I don't know. I don't follow Bobby Flay on the socials.
How often do you see any of them
Bob,
review
you doing
restaurant?
Reviews over there?
Yeah, send this clip to one of these professional chefs and ask them how often people are like, oh, I got to remake your souffle.
Why doesn't he go as Bob Flay?
Bobby does sound better, though.
Bobby sounds way better.
It sounds like
Bob
younger.
Flay.
It does make him seem younger because isn't he like 50-something?
Robert Flay.
Nah, it doesn't sound good.
It sounds terrible.
Nah, he definitely... But now, what if he was Robbie Flay?
Robbie Flay? That sounds like the evil version of Bobby Flay. Yeah.
Robbie Flay is a dark-haired
like
magician. Robbie Flay's the magician. Bobby Flay's the chef.
It's like the Mario and Wario of the two.
All right, I think we can put this
to bed.
Debate.
That's the debate. Guys, let us know what you think.
Put this as one of the polls that no one will vote on.
Would you rather be famous magician or a famous chef? I think we have laid out the facts for you as clear as we can.
Yeah, put this as a poll.
If we post a poll, vote on the poll. That's what I'll say about that. If you see a poll posted, vote on the poll, dude.
Eric is very upset.
Vote or die, dude. That's what Diddy said. Vote or die. People thought it was bold.
Is he just Diddy now?
I think he's Sean Combs now.
I thought he still had a name,
I don't know, man. I cannot keep up with that guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was Sean Diddy Combs. That was last I heard.
Okay, so Diddy.
Sean Diddy Combs.
But saying Sean Diddy Combs, like his nickname is Diddy. Like, so people still like, what's up, Diddy?
Do
you think people who like were friends with him when he was Puff Daddy still call him Puff?
I'm sure he still gets called Puff.
Yeah. So like you change your name, what does that do?
Other people, it just gives more people more options to call you.
But you basically have just done every iteration of your. Also, where did he go from? He went from Puff Daddy to Puff Diddy. Do you think that was like a typo one day?
No, because he went from Puff Daddy to Diddy.
But do you think that was a typo one day where he just
I think he wanted to get away from the stoner community and the drugs. He wanted to like distance himself from the drugs.
Daddy to Diddy.
Yeah, he went from Puff Daddy, just drugs, Sean. Okay. Ask your parents. Ask
There's
Papa
also
Sauce.
P Diddy.
He was P Diddy for a little while.
What do you think that P stood for?
That's what he did. He went Puff Daddy, P Diddy, and then he was like, "I'm just call me Diddy."
I think he went back to Puff Daddy.
And then he's like, "No, I'm Sean Diddy Combs."
Which you just did.
I can't keep up with it. Anyways, this is a Diddy my life.
It's gonna be an ongoing thing here now.
Yeah, maybe. Sean, how I wanted to ask you about your week. Did you have any things exciting happen to you?
I was wondering how you're going to try to float this in. I actually don't know which topic you're trying to go into, but I'll start with the first one here.
Whichever one you want.
Yeah, so Heather and I were walking Lucy today, our dog, and just walking along, and a goddamn gnat flew right into my eye.
It's a tiny little bug.
Tiny little bug.
But it like flew right, like it hit
directly into my pupil.
Like it hit eyeball.
Ugh. And I like run into my face, whatever, I'll just buzz you away, but it went right into my eyeball. And then it gets into one of those situations. Now it's in my eyeball.
Like it got stuck in your eye?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, so then I have to sit there and try to get it out. So I'm sitting there on this walk, and I'm trying to like blink the shit out of this thing. Heather starts looking. She's like, "Oh, I can see it on your eye." And then it's like, all right, I got to sit there, try to use a camera to like open up my eyeball and get it out.
Yeah.
Even afterwards, I just keep feeling like I have something in my eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's torture.
I know the pain. It happened to me when I was 12.
A gnat?
A flying ant.
Ooh.
Yeah, flew right into my eye. I closed my eye.
Kind of bigger too, right?
Yeah, I closed my eye over it. And then I had to like peel my eye open. And I saw the bug fall out. And then I stepped on it. I was like, "Fuck you, bug."
I mean, that's an appropriate reaction.
And my day was ruined. It was my brother's graduation party.
That sucks. Were you ever a contact guy?
Fuck. Yeah. I wore contacts all the time for a while, and it was absolutely miserable.
Yeah, because that was my issue with contacts is that like touching my eyeball is just like not. I can't.
I didn't have a problem touching my eye, but the contacts just like never sat right in my eye.
Also with that, but I'm saying like it always took me like there's people who can just like open up the eye with like one hand, put the contact in, and move on in their day.
Oh, I could never do that.
I had to sit there, and it would take me like 3 tries. I'm sitting there like open up my eyeball, and just like. And then I'd miss. I'm like, fuck. And then I'd have to go in again. I'm like, fuck.
I remember when I was at the eye doctor and I was getting contacts and they were like teaching me how to put the contacts in. And you have to like hold your eyelash down and you have to like lift the other eyelash up and then like put the contact in your eye. I got the contact in one of my eyes and then I was doing the other eye and I was struggling with it. Like I could not get it. I think it was my left eye. It was my left eye. And I was like, this is going to be on the fucking news. This was going through my head. I was like, this is going to be on the fucking news that I'm the kid that can only put in one contact. This kid can only put in one contact.
Self-esteem was not an issue for you thinking that you were going to make the news.
That was literally going through my head. I was like, they're going to get ABC down here.
Yeah, can you believe this idiot?
They're going to get Channel 4. Jesus, the whole camera crew is going to be down here. The world is amazed. This child cannot put 2 contacts into his eyes.
How old were you at this point?
Like 15.
And you thought the news was going to come?
14 maybe.
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
That makes sense.
I was an idiot. I'm still an idiot.
I also think getting them out was tough. Because, like, putting it in is one thing. It's like, you kind of just get it there and then it suctions on. Yeah. But, like, getting it out, you really had to, like, pull it. And then, like, you could push it down. Yeah. But then maybe you didn't get, like, enough traction to kind of, like, scoop it out. And then you're like, oh, sit there. And it's the worst.
Yeah, I remember, like, feeling around my eye or if you ever had contact, like, rip.
No, because I didn't wear them enough to do that.
Yeah, you have a contact rip in half in your eye.
Awful, miserable.
Yeah, that's pain. You just have half a contact in there, and you're like trying to like pull it out. Dealt with that. Don't miss it. Lasers to the eyes, baby.
So worth it.
So worth it. We recommend it. Go do it.
3-minute procedure. A 3-day recovery, 4-day recovery, and then you just see perfect.
By 2 weeks later, your life's back to normal.
Yep. You're like, this was definitely worth it. I trusted my eyes to Dr. Romani, and you should too.
I trusted my eyes to optimize. Henry Ford.
I've heard people go there too.
So good options. Get your eyes taken care of.
Yeah. Don't fuck with contacts.
Over 11 years ago for me.
2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago.
My parents still have some of the old pairs of glasses that I used to have, and I always look at them and go, "What was I thinking picking this shape of frames?" They were always terrible.
I
looked like Harry Potter on some of them.
Can we post these?
Nope, because I always took my glasses off to take a picture because I didn't like my glasses.
No, but like, do they sell the glasses? Like, can we just post them?
Maybe. I think they do.
Yeah, I want to see. Because
But,
mine were never like. I mean, you get new ones every what year?
I know, and every year I picked bad ones.
But like, was it like? Did they make sense at the time? And like now they look bad. Like now they're outdated.
I mean, they're super outdated now, but at the time they looked okay.
Yeah, okay.
I always tried to pick like this like smallest, tiniest. I was like, what can I can pick like just the smallest.
No, but that was the thing for a while.
Tiniest pair of glasses, and because I want people to not even realize I'm wearing glasses.
Yeah, which I mean, that was the thing for a while, but that made no sense because like there's something on your face. People will notice.
Still see it. You still see it.
I would like to see the one person who's like, "You're wearing glasses? I had no idea."
Huh? I didn't even realize there was glasses on your face.
Wow, crazy.
You just got such nice teeth. I've been looking at your mouth.
Yeah. You got purty mouth.
Yeah. All right. And then anything else happened to you this weekend, Sean?
Yes.
This week?
So I randomly got added to a group of Sean Atkinsons from around the U.S. So some background on this. 2 years ago, I got a request from a Sean Atkinson to be friends on Facebook.
Which is a fun move, you know.
Just a fun move.
Friend up a person with the same name as you.
Yeah. I sat on it for a while.
I love it. Spelled the same, right, too?
Exact same, yeah. SeanAtkinson. Sean Atkinson. And yeah, so I for a while I just like left it in the inbox, like I don't know this person. It's a funny idea, but I don't know. I think like earlier this year I finally accepted the friend request.
Good.
I've had an idea where I want to like on he posts like a happy life event. I say congrats, and then people get confused for a second and be like, "Well, you're conceited." We're just like post on your own things.
Just any kind of comment you do on anything they post is we'll get some attention because people will be like, "Wait,
yep,
to Sean Atkinson."
Exactly. Well, apparently there's more out there. So last night or 2 nights ago, I randomly at like 10 p.m. just start getting like Facebook messages. I'm like, "What is this?" And I look at it real quick. And I got added to a group of 17 Sean Atkinsons, all spelt the same.
17.
All spelt the same. So it wasn't like he started like reaching out to getting like some SHAWNs or some SHAUNs.
No.
Nope. SEANs through and through.
Pure Sean's.
Yep. The message was, it was nice of him trying to like a GoFundMe for his buddy.
Yeah.
But it was very confusing for a little bit there where I just saw a bunch of Sean Atkinsons reacting. Some of them left. Sean M. Atkinson, I saw that leaving this group.
Dude, I hate when like a group chat gets started and the first thing you see is so-and-so left the group. And it's like, fuck you, dude.
Like, you gotta sit through it a little bit.
You can't fucking sit in a group chat and see what's up. And you don't want to see what's up in a group chat? Add me to your group chat. I'll never leave that shit, dude.
Well, and it wasn't like, I can understand if it's like going off and you just get notification after notification, but like this was...
Yeah.
I don't know, 5 messages, 10 messages, and then done.
Yeah.
A
buddy of mine, shout out Drew Stoutenberg of the Stouting Off podcast. He brought this up in his recent episode, which was there's 2 different kinds of people in a group text. There's like 2 different kinds where it's if you've missed like 70 messages in a group text, do you go back and look at and read through all those messages? Or are you the type of person that just jumps in and looks at the last couple messages and jumps in there?
I think it depends. If I can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the last couple messages, I'm probably just hopping in. But if I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck happened? What's going on here? Yeah. I don't think I'll go back and like fully read it, but I'll definitely go back and like try to skim through and like, you skip over the memes and all that stuff. But like, I'll try to see like what sparked this massive blow up of a conversation here.
I'll go back and I'll at least read through the conversation.
70 messages though? Like
I'll read through it. Dude, I've woken up before and looked at my phone and been like, group chat, 99 plus messages. Whoo, guess we've got a book to read this morning.
You also did say that you'll go through like your tweets and you know how it says like the load more tweets? You will go through like 3 days worth just to make sure you don't miss a tweet.
I read all my tweets. I stay just up to date on that stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But go on. So you read the entire
But I'll
thing?
read through all the group texts, and if there's anything that is very important for me to react to or acknowledge to, then I will make a comment on that. Actually? Like if something's like very specific of like to me, very directed as like what is like, hey, Eric needs to comment on this. If something like that is in this group of messages, then I will comment on that. But he was making the point that someone will go back and then like do the reactions on the messages, and then you have to go back and look at which messages got reactions to and clear those notifications.
So if someone does that, I'll go back into the message, and like if I don't see something within like one quick little scroll up, I don't see anything right there. I'm like, all right, you're too far back.
Yeah,
you're living in the past, man.
Got to stay up to date on the group chats, man.
But if someone just like emphasizes a message that was 1,500 messages ago, I don't care. I don't have to go back and see what you emphasized. I assumed it was something that you liked. Cool. Does it add to the conversation? No.
Nope. But I'm just I've got that FOMO. I'm not gonna miss that stuff. I'm not gonna miss it, man.
But you're not missing anything. You're missing an emphasis. Like what does that do?
Well, like the reactions, I'm not worried about that. But like the messages, though. I don't want to miss the messages. I got that FOMO.
Again, I think it depends on what's going on. If they're just like talking about like, oh, did you see this? Like someone posted this, and then like by the end of it, it's you're totally different thing you're talking about. Like, I don't really care.
Nah, I care. I care about my friends.
Well, I feel like that's different conversations. Don't care about them enough to make them a nice meal as a professional chef. Apparently,
not all the time.
So. Just don't care about them that much.
Not all the time. Don't want that pressure. But
also won't show them a trick.
So did anything interesting happen in this super group of Sean Atkinsons? I wonder if you like got to know everybody and you were like, hey, like I'm just curious. Like, did all of us end up in sales? No. Just to be like, hey, is that just a thing that people named Sean Atkinson do?
No. So I did the guy, the first Sean Atkinson who started it, did technically invite all the other Sean Atkinsons to a fundraising event for this GoFundMe thing in Chicago, but obviously I will not be attending. RSVP'd no, but yeah, I could have gone there. I do get confused sometimes because again, now I accepted his friendship, so I have seen posts on Facebook. So there's times where I'm going through and it'll say Sean Atkinson did this, and I go, what did I do? And then I'm like, that's not me. Or it'll be like, like someone else in his family. It'll be like, Margie Atkinson did this. I'm like, who the fuck is that? What? I had to look at it for a second. I go, that's not me. That's the other Sean Atkinson.
That's so funny. That's such like a similar but different problem to your dad having 2 Facebooks and being confused as to
which one. I'm wondering though, is this Sean Atkinson? If he's added all of these Sean Atkinson friends, is his whole timeline just Sean Atkinson?
I mean, you don't have to add him as a friend to make the group chat.
You don't, but he added me. I assume he's adding other Sean Atkinsons.
I don't know if you add all the Sean Atkinsons.
Okay, let's say you got 5 Sean Atkinsons in there.
Too many, man.
And you're Sean Atkinson. Are you going through and you're just going to be like, you got to be so confused half the time.
If you're adding all the people that have the same name as you,
because like they're going to post
might be desperate for friends. You might be a lonely guy.
But they're also going to post things with other people with the last name Atkinson. So there's going to be just so much flooding of your inbox of just being confusion. Like, when did I post something? And then you're not going to be able to keep them all lined up of, all right, that's that Sean Atkinson. Now that's this Sean Atkinson.
Yeah, you can.
We are friends on Facebook, so he might see this post.
He might. Yeah, I can.
Shout out to Sean Atkinson. I think from Indiana. Although he said his thing was in Chicago, so maybe he's in Illinois.
Yeah.
Either way, I states.
If your name's Sean Atkinson, shout out to you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being on this podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. With that said, do you want to get into some hot toppings?
Yeah, I just thought about that, though. That would have been such a good story to have when we talked about the Mike Richards last week. The different Mike Richards.
The different Mike Richards that get canceled, yeah.
Because, like, what if you could take all the glory of anyone with your name? They spelled the exact same way. Like, if you listed that, like, right, let's say there was another
Eric. You're just like a team, and, like, one person's success is everyone's success.
Yes, but also their failures, too. So, like, someone gets canceled, you're all canceled.
Ooh. Man.
But like, let's say
I'll take it because I don't think there's that many Eric Breitmeyers out there.
I agree.
But you are in a dangerous game with the Sean Atkinson.
Well, we don't know. We know there's at least 15.
You know? Yeah, and
they
they're
have to be
all in
spelled
sales.
They have to be spelled the exact same. Like, there can't be, like, Eric with a Y, Breitmeyer. But that'd be a weird way to spell
Eric with a Y. I've never.
I don't know.
Of all the different versions of Eric that you could have come up with, Eric with a Y.
What other Erics have you seen?
ERIK is pretty common.
That one would have been an easy one to go to. You're right. Touche. Point you.
Yeah.
No, but on your resume though, if like one Eric Breitmeyer was like a PhD, you could put in there like PhD from whatever.
Yeah.
Is that technically lying? Like if you just go on LinkedIn and you just start seeing other Eric Breitmeyers and you see their accomplishments and then you put it on your resume, you're not technically lying.
Kind of lying.
Is it though?
It's like when you lie and you're like, yeah, I was a manager at Toys R Us.
No, but this is something that you didn't do. But if someone searches up Eric Breitmeyer, PhD from this school, it's gonna have a result.
True.
It's not you, but your resume is for Eric Breitmeyer, not necessarily this Eric Breitmeyer.
You know, it says I graduated in 1990, and now,
Well, you pick and choose at that point what you want to use.
Might not work for me, but yeah.
I think someone should try this. Someone who maybe like new to the job field, doesn't really like, just try it somewhere and just see how it works.
Yeah, and if you work in HR, let us know if that would work.
Well, let us know how much you would look into this, because I'm very curious. Like if a 21-year-old comes in, they said 10-year work experience at Ford, you're like, how? You're 21. What?
Yeah, it might not line up.
Yeah.
But hey, if that HR person is just kind of looking for a body to fill a position,
might be your lucky job descriptions that say it's an entry-level job, but you need 10 years experience. That's how.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's an entry-level position. We need a master's degree or 4 to 8 years experience in the field.
That's how you do it. You say, I will do
dude.
That. I didn't do it, but someone else did it for me.
You know how many times I've seen that? That's so annoying. Preferred qualifications. Bachelor's or master's degree. Okay.
I'm just thinking, like, I want to see if you can pick and choose the best achievements of everyone with your name. Like how cool could
you get a lot of more options if you just go first name.
No, you have to go full name.
Yeah, you do, but
yeah, obviously you get a lot more options. I could say that I'm James Bond.
But then you have
P. Diddy Combs.
You have to include middle name. I don't know if there's people with the same middle name as you.
I think it's just first and last. Maybe middle initial, but even that, I think it's just first and last.
Can't be making the rules, dude. It's all or nothing.
I don't know. Wasn't Rima telling us that she doesn't even have a middle name?
All or nothing. Some people don't.
Yeah. So
Catherine doesn't have a middle name.
Maybe it was Catherine who was saying
That's probably who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catherine famously does not have a middle name.
Yep.
Shout out to Catherine.
Has a made-up sister named Star.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Go back and listen to that episode with Catherine.
You don't know what episode it was off the top?
Episode 38.
Okay, there you go.
I'm losing that knowledge though. As we get further and deeper into this podcast.
I'm curious at what point you're just gone.
It's getting very close. Sean, we got some hot toppings. What do we got? What's the hottest topping? What's number one? Let me have it.
I'll get to it in a second. I just want to point out, I always love when we have so many things listed and then we just get sidetracked and then just don't get to them all.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
By stuff that's not even just relevant.
No, because it seems so excruciating trying to get an actual list down, and we're like, oh, we have to just fill this in with random things.
Yeah,
and
we're like, how are we gonna figure this out?
Yep.
And we got 12 more minutes.
But the one time we don't plan everything, we're gonna be like, we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
We thought there'd just be random stuff. Anyways, Taco Bell is offering a 30-day taco subscription service. So what they're doing is basically allowing people to sign up through their app. Mm-hmm. It's called the Taco Lovers Pass. You pay $5 to $15 a month, and you get a coupon essentially for one taco a day for that whole month. Only right now, it's only going to be in Arizona, so they're just beta testing it right now. But what they said is like, so it's $5 to $10 a month, but the typical Taco Bell taco costs between $1.39 and $2.39. So realistically, if you actually hit that every day, that's a hell of a deal.
Day, I mean,
it's a hell of a deal.
Oh man, it's so close to being good. Like it's so.
What do you mean so close? I think that's like a hell of a deal.
But I mean, if you're only limited to getting like, I wish it was like one menu item a day.
But even so,
like because it's so specific to that free taco. So if you like the tacos, if you're all about that taco life and you hit up Taco Bell multiple times, like that's the thing. Like, because it's $15, right? You said
$15 a month, but you get one free taco a day.
So you get one free taco, which is equal to like $2. You said
$1.40 to $2.40.
We will be generous and say $2 for easy math purposes. Beats on my math. So you have to use this like at least like 8 times.
Yeah,
roughly. So if I guess if you like Taco Bell and you're hitting it up pretty regularly, it's like twice a week though.
Well,
so you're doing Taco Bell twice a week to use this coupon to get this taco. I certainly couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either, but I think it's smart in their sense. There's people who are obsessed with Taco Bell.
Is a taco a snack?
I'm not getting into this. No, it's not. That's a meal. Anyways, but there's people who love Taco Bell that easily will go through 8 tacos a month.
Yeah, but it would be nice if you could like stack up the coupons.
That would be different. Yeah. If you could stack them up,
at least if you could stack them up to 5 coupons.
Yeah, and then be like, all right, I'm getting 5 tacos right now. Yeah.
Because
I agree with that, because you don't want to necessarily do it every single day.
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, you do have to kind of plan 2 trips a week to Taco Bell to take advantage of this. And some people, that is easy to do. Mm-hmm. So this would be worth it. And I could see them. They'll definitely get some subscribers on this. But boy, I would be much more interested in this, if I ate Taco Bell a lot, which I do not. And B, if it was just like any menu item. If it was any menu item, I'd be like, all right.
What?
I can pick something different. Like if McDonald's did this and it was any menu item and it's $15 a month, I could be like, okay, I can consider that. Still wouldn't do it, but it would be like, oh, that's an interesting offer.
So
a subscription to McDonald's.
On that note, what
large do you have to be?
What fast food restaurant? And let's say you can't choose any menu item. Let's say one fast food restaurant and one menu item. Would you be like the most willing to sign up for something of this? Essentially of the same price, where it's you get it for half off, let's say.
I'm going Chick-fil-A, the chicken sandwich.
So you would, if it was, how much is the chicken sandwich by itself? Like $2.50-ish?
$2 to $3, yeah.
So let's say $3. So let's say instead of $15, they charge you $20. Mm-hmm. So it's $20. You get one free chicken sandwich a day. Chick-fil-A. Signing up?
Of all the possible fast food deals, I'm not signing up for that, but that would be the one I would be most likely to sign up for. Also, Chick-fil-A would have to be much more, once a few more open.
Readily available.
I was going to ask, it's not a half-hour line. Then maybe I'd be like, all right, I can start getting this more regular.
Would you deal with the line?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that line all the time.
Because that would be I was actually between that one or Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But Popeye's, nowhere near as long of a line.
Yeah.
Takes a year and a half to go through.
Well, yeah, they do not move as quickly. Chick-fil-A will get you. That line moves.
I've never seen 2 lines with such disproportionate amount of people in it, but move at the same speed.
But boy, do they! It's amazing to watch. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. If you haven't gone and sat in a Chick-fil-A line just to see how this line works, and I
don't think it's worth it.
They have just do. It is worth it. 1, to see how the line and their technology, and 2 to get that chicken sandwich and get that Chick-fil-A sauce is really where it's at.
Do you think that you'd be done with the Chick-fil-A sandwich after 1 month of eating it? Let's even say you ate it 8 times. 8 times in 1 month.
Yeah.
I feel you'd cancel your subscription right after that.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, was this thing renewing? I really don't need to.
The taco, I think, is where it's it's light enough where it's you could do that multiple times and not be overly, I'm done with this.
Plus, I think a lot of people will order a taco as part of as just a side to their other stuff.
You're getting a taco, but then you're going to order
you want to get your
Supreme.
Yeah, you got to get your chalupa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your Doritos Locos tacos.
Yeah, I wonder if that's counted in the taco pass. Is it any taco?
I can't imagine the Doritos Locos tacos.
They're not the same price? I think they are.
I don't think that's considered. I think you get a standard regular taco. Fair enough. But, yeah.
All right. What's your hot topic?
Yeah, the hot topic I have, which is this is good. It stays on the food category here.
Did not plan that out. That's great.
No, we didn't. But sometimes we just got synergy on this podcast. That's
right.
Synergy, my life.
You host 71 episodes together. That's what happens.
Hidden Valley Ranch announced this week that they are launching treat size packages of Hidden Valley Ranch. that you can give out like Halloween candy. So you can get a bag of 30 packs of 0.5 fluid ounces of Hidden Valley Ranch.
So this is essentially like you mentioned Chick-fil-A. This is essentially like one of those like sauce packages.
Yeah, it's just treat size.
Not what I expected this to look like.
But it is like they are marketing it as like something you can give out on Halloween.
So is it more like a ketchup? I can't tell from this. Is it more like a ketchup packet or more like a sauce dipper thing?
It's like a packet.
Okay. So it's like a ketchup packet.
Yeah.
Because I think the sauce differs differently. It's like, are you dipping or are you placing on there?
No, it's not little cups. These are packets.
So then the intent of
30 packs.
What are they expecting you to put ranch on?
They say pizza, wings, veggies. They are perfect for parties.
But so you can put it on one wing at a time.
Yeah, like you just have it. You can put it on your pizza. Like they even in the picture they have the pizza in there.
But like the wing is the one that is weird to me because it's like, so you're gonna put it on like one wing and then open a new one and put it on one wing.
It's like a ketchup, like you put it on the plate.
That's where I think the dipper made more sense. Yeah,
but those are more expensive.
I don't know. That's weird. How many basic bitches are gonna be asking for this on Halloween?
Yeah, if you get a lot of basic bitches trick or treating at your house, then give them this Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah. You want the chicas to be flying to your house this Halloween? Yeah. Hidden Valley Ranch. Just start sprinkling salt-based style on them.
Everyone says Hidden Valley Ranch is the best ranch. So
Heather dislikes Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah, a lot of people dislike Hidden Valley Ranch.
Okay. I think it's like to the point where it's like just the most generic one that people are like, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's the default.
I honestly think it tastes. I mean, you get a homemade one, it tastes better, but like for the most part, Hidden Valley just is like. It's ranch.
Yeah, I don't think that's the spot. But to hand that out with Halloween candy,
that's odd.
Is like that's odd. Not like it's a weird combination.
Very
so it's
odd.
Weird that they're marketing it like that. Because
I feel like Super Bowl.
I'm getting chocolate and some sours and some sweets here, and none of that goes with ranch.
Yeah, people divvy up their candy at the end of the night. Ranch is the last thing chosen.
Heinz should follow this and be like, "Oh yeah, we're doing Halloween ketchup packets."
I don't know.
It's the same thing. You're already making the packets. Just redesign them.
That's true.
Hey, give these out for Halloween.
Did you know that
just trying everything?
Did you know that like America is like the only country that like uses ranch as a condiment?
Yeah.
Like. Other countries call it American sauce.
It's crazy. I've seen TikToks before. It's like girl in London tries ranch, and she like gives it a try, and it's like, oh shit.
That's like weird though. How
she's like, oh shit. Like it's called like American dressing in like other countries.
Why is that just like an American thing?
Or it's like a Cool Ranch Doritos. It's called like American flavored
Doritos,
and it's weird. It's weird. Other countries, weird.
Are you offended by that? I almost feel like that's like not a bad thing to be like.
Oh, if I'm
American
known as
flavor.
Yeah, dude. If America's known for one thing and it's Cool Ranch Doritos,
just the ranch flavor in general, like I'm not mad about that.
Ranch, not mad about it.
I know people who hate ranch, but I still feel like there's so many other things that you could be like food that they could take and be like, that's the American food.
Yeah, it's American food. Oh, it's ranch dressing.
Like think about England is like malt vinegar and salt.
Or what's the Marmite or whatever it is in Australia. What am I thinking
Vegemite?
Of? Vegemite.
Yeah. I don't know if that counts as a
marmalade.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as a condiment, though.
But still, Vegemite, from what I've seen and heard about
disgusting.
It is atrocious.
Yeah.
But they like it down under.
I definitely will take the ranch, I guess, in that.
Give me the ranch.
Ranch boys.
Ranch boys. But yeah, so that's where I think we can wrap up this episode here. This was a fun episode.
Yeah,
this was a good episode 71. We finish up all our episodes with a recommendation. Sean, go ahead and go first. What is your recommendation for this week?
So I want to say I saw former guest Keita mention this on Facebook before.
Shout out Keita. He's got a band, Flay Road.
Yep, very good. It's been blown up in general in the hockey community, but it's a documentary, hour and like a half documentary on
Untold.
Yes, on Netflix. Untold Crime and Penalties.
Yep,
and it's about a minor league hockey team that was essentially started by a mob boss, and they just got like these goons out there.
Yeah,
and it's talking about how they paid them under the table, how
they just wanted to be like brutal.
Yep.
But
they were a good team
ass.
though. Like they also had good players, and like their first move was signing Gretzky, and it was just Wayne Gretzky's brother. But it's like, yeah, no, that's a good move though. We signed the Gretzky's. Like it almost reminds me of the Flint Tropics, where like they're very good at like the ideas on the promotion side, but they just didn't have like the funding. Well, I guess they had the funding, but not legally.
They had the funding. They just had the legal issues.
Yeah, just the legal issues to do it. But very good if you have any interest in hockey or I don't know, just
it was just a very
whatever.
Like it just worked out really well because the guy who was running the team had a vision for the team that we were going to be like we were looking for tough guys
and the guy
that are going
was a
to
17-year-old.
Yeah, he's 17 years old and his mobster boss dad bought him this team.
Yeah.
Like he just had a vision of like I'm going to get like these tough hard-nosed guys and we are going to just be this hard-nosed team, and he just very much stuck to that vision of the team and promoted it as that. And
he was a big WWE fan.
And it just caught on, yeah.
He used WWE mixed in with hockey, and it worked.
It worked really well, and the commissioner was like, he was uneasy about it for a while, but by the end of it, he was like,
he saw the money coming in, and he was like, all right,
he's like, this is working.
Yeah, I like this enough.
This is working. Yeah, I did watch that. That is a good documentary on Netflix.
That series in general, the Untold, they're all different documentaries.
There's some interesting
Malice in the Palace.
Yep, I watched that one as
good.
well. I was a little disappointed in that one. I was just like, why? I feel like there's more they could have gone into. Like they really just focused on the Indiana Pacers side of it. They did, like Ben Wallace was in it very briefly, and that was it.
I would prefer if they talked to more Pistons players, but if you think about it, the Pistons players weren't in it. Like they weren't involved that much.
Yeah, but they still could have had their opinions and.
They could have. Like, ideally you would have talked to like
it was like
Rashid
they was cut down to I think it was just a little over an hour.
Oh yeah, it was short.
Yeah, it was a short one, so it's like they could have fluffed it up.
Oh, for sure.
More.
For sure. I think you're right. More input from the Pistons would have been nice, but for the most part, like the Pistons weren't involved in it.
Yeah,
it was the fans, and they did talk to the fans.
Yeah, like they still could have. I'm sure they still had things to say about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it changed the trajectory right there.
Malice at the Palace.
Was that the year that we won the championship, or was that the year after?
It was the year after.
Okay.
It was the year after because Indiana felt like
they should have.
If they beat the Pistons that year, then they would have won the championship. Yeah. And so the year after, they were feeling confident that was their year, and then the whole team fell apart.
Shout out to the Pistons this upcoming year. They look good.
Shout out to the Pistons. My recommendation this week is going to be a music artist. His name is Goth Babe. And yeah, I know it's a very weird name.
What kind of music?
The name he's like a chill, like surf, like West Coast, like chill, good vibe music. Is it like 313-ish?
I
don't know 313-ish.
No, 311 is what I meant.
311?
Yeah.
Kind of like, in that.
Can I play a song real quick?
That kind of like
just similar. The beginning of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll get DMCA'd.
Yeah. But, no, like it's just
background as you go on.
Yeah, like it's just very like chill, like good music. He is
like he's using that tin drum. You know, that little like Under the Sea.
Yeah, so he records this music. He lives in a van
down by the river.
No, just like he like has just one of those vans you live in, and he has a dog, and he just records the music like in his van, and like just drives around the West Coast.
Fair.
So
I mean, it's better than the name is awful.
The name is like very surprising because you're like Goth Babe, like it doesn't line up as at all. But
I'll say I think the vibe of this is much better than
this is a guy that I think is like he's on the rise.
It seems like he's been around for a little bit.
Yeah, like his songs are doing pretty well.
Does he only put out singles?
Kind of.
Kind of what it looks like. He doesn't have a...
Kind of. He has not done like a full album. He does have an album that he did put together.
I mean, he has singles from 2015.
Yeah,
he has an album worth of singles.
Yeah, like he just kind of has like little collections, but...
Not bad, though.
Goth Babe, I like it a lot.
Better than I expected.
Check it out. I recommend it.
Is that going to be one of your Song of the Week recommendations here?
It might be. It might be coming up.
All right.
Might be coming up. Vote on our Song of the Week on our socials. Guys, hit that like button. Slap that like button. Slap that follow button. We want to see those numbers go up.
Up.
And then you can find us on Instagram at A Pizza My Life Pod. You can find us on Twitter at APMLPod, and you can email us. You can always email us at apmlpod@gmail.com. I'm Pizza Eric. That's Sean Sauce, and this has been episode 71 of A Pizza My Life.
Ball don't lie.
Brendan Fraser.